Hello, my name is John with Jaabsha Church Outreach, and in this video, we're going to talk about your church new visitor experience and why that's even so important. Let's get into it. So see if this sounds familiar. Someone comes to your church for the first time. They were invited, they saw it down the street, they've been wanting to come, whatever the case may be. They heard about it at work. Nonetheless, they come for the first time. They've never been to your church before. They come through the door and they're greeted and they go into the sanctuary. They have a seat. The service starts. The praise and worship team comes up and they lift up God's name. After the praise and worship team, either the pastor or the deacon, someone comes up on stage. They make some announcement. They're asked if there's any new visitors to raise their hand or stand up. They acknowledge them. They send someone over to bring them a form to fill out a new visitor form. They fill that out. They put that in the offering basket. Then the pastor comes up and he delivers the message of God. Now, just before the service is over, new visitors are told to stop by a service desk and they're going to offer them a gift. And typically that gift is in the form of a coffee mug. Now, once they have left the church service, at best, they will get an email thanking them for service. Or they'll go on a group text with many other church members with announcements about the weekend activities or the weekday activities, bowling night or pizza or whatever event is going on with the church. Now, does your church do something similar to that? Maybe a few pieces moved around here and there, but in its entirety, something similar to that format. Now, in the context of new visitor experience, I think there's some things that can be improved. And here's why. Follow me for a second here. Just say that you needed a toaster. Now, there's several different ways you can get a toaster. You can go to the store and get it. I mean, it's just that simple. But consider this. If you go to Walmart to get this toaster, the experience is going to go something like this. You're going to go to Walmart. You're going to park a half a mile from the store, because it never fails that the day that you decide to go to Walmart, everybody else does as well, right? Have you ever felt like that? I know I have. So you park and you get out and you go into the store. You go into Walmart. And here you are and you're looking all around Walmart for this toaster. You have an idea about where it should be and you follow that aisle. You come up on the toasters and many of them, they're out. So you're left with a couple of choices. So you pick one. You take the toaster and you head to the counter with it. You get to the counter and the lines are halfway down the aisle. And so you're in line 25, 30 minutes. And by the time you get there, you have someone behind the counter. They're not having a very good day. And so they completely ignore your small talk. So you finally get checked out. On the way out, they check your receipt and you leave the store. You get in your vehicle and you drive back home. Now, to get that toaster, you just spent an hour and a half. Driving to Walmart, parking, going into Walmart, finding the toaster, getting in line, waiting for your turn to come. You get to the register to check out, to leave the store, get back in your vehicle, and drive back home. You just spent an hour and a half. Or you can go on Amazon.com, find a toaster, click a button, put it in your basket, click a button and go to checkout, make your payment, and you're done in about 3 minutes. 2 days later, that toaster shows up at your front door and you never left your house. Given the choice, which of those two would you consider to be the best experience? I'll take the Amazon all day long, twice on Saturday. Well, we have to consider the same thing with new visitors. If they come into your church, what type of experience is it? Is it the first experience that I just talked about, or they come through the front door and they're greeted? Now, typically, you're going to know new visitors to your church. Unless you're a really large church, you know the faces that show up through the door every Sunday. So you know this is a new visitor. So they show up through the door, you greet them, you pull them to the side. You ask them their name. Ask them a few questions. Are you a churchgoer? Are you new in town? What's your situation? People will talk to you. Unless they're in the CIA and everything about their life is private and they can't talk about it. No, they'll talk to you. No, I was born and raised here. I am a Christian. I go to church. However, I just haven't been in the church in 4 or 5 years. And so I decided I wanted to get back in it. We just moved down the street from you guys, and I decided to come down here and see what you guys' church was like. So now that you have that information, you tell them small talk a little bit about your church. You ask them if they have kids. Take them to the kids ministry. Let me show you where the kids ministry is at. Get them signed in. If they don't have kids, hey, do you mind if I walk you to the sanctuary? Do you mind if I show you where the bathrooms are at? Where the break room is at? If you want to get some water or coffee? You take them and you walk them to the sanctuary. And you ask them, do you want a front seat? You want to sit in the front or in the back or in the middle? Because what typically will happen is they'll escort you to an aisle and they'll tell you sit right here. In other words, they chose where you sit. Give them the choice. Ask them where they want to sit. What kind of difference would that make? You sit where I want you to sit, or I'm asking you, where would you like to sit? Front, middle, or in the back? And you sit them down. Would you like me to sit with you during the service? You're here by yourself. I can sit with you if you want. Or would you just like to worship God on your own? And now they fill out their form as a new visitor. The church service is over and they're leaving. And instead of a coffee mug, how about something they can actually use? Because you know what's going to happen to a coffee mug? It's going to go home and it's going to go on a shelf with the other 8 that they've collected over the last 9 Christmases. So instead, how about offering a $10 gift card? We have a $10 gift card for Starbucks, a $10 gift card for Target, or Amazon. Which one would you like? It's a $10 gift card. That way they can choose what they want to get instead of us giving them what we want them to have. And so they choose their gift card and they leave. The next day they get a phone call from someone from the church saying, hey, I was just calling to check up on you. How was your experience yesterday? How are you doing today? Or a text message saying, hey, this is such and such from the church. I was just following up with you just to see how you're doing. How are you doing? Is there anything that we can do for you as a church? Anything you need prayer for? 5 days later, they get an email saying, hey, we're having pizza night on Saturday. Would you like to come? It's optional. You don't have to, but we'd like to have you there. Would you like to come? Now they're on a group text that they want to be on. They've said, put me on this group text because I want to go to pizza night on Saturday. Or no thanks. Instead of, you're a new visitor, we have your phone number, so we're going to text you, put you on a group text, and you didn't even ask to be on it. You may not even like being on it. It's those nuances that makes the difference. So which experience would you like? The first experience as a new visitor or the second experience as a new visitor? Very important. So I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.